Hi, I'm Dr. John Mendelsohn with Advanced Cosmetic Surgery and Laser Center. In today's world and with today's ever-growing technology, we all know a picture can be taken anywhere at any time and shared in an instant. We also know that our patients live active lives and we want you to always look your best. So stay tuned as we bring you our series called True Selfies.
I just went to Las Vegas and posted 1 million photos on Facebook, and I didn't edit a single one, didn't Photoshop them, didn't do anything to them, which is amazing because
What are you going to do with those? Put on Facebook?
I don't know.
Are you going to do this? Well, I still there with you.
Okay.
Okay.
Wait, I have to turn around. Okay. 1, 2. I think it looks so good. I told Mark because I said my husband is gonna look even hotter. His eyes are gonna look so good.
So Julie came to me with this idea that she wanted to have her face looked on. And I was initially apprehensive about it because I think she's beautiful and I really didn't see a need for it, but I understand that she was having some issues with how she looked and aging, normal things that people our age start to experience. They feel older, but they don't feel older inside. They feel like they appear older. So I was very supportive, and I said, you know what, let's look into it. And she came and talked to Dr. Mendelsohn, and I came with her, and he was very reassuring. I liked what he had to say. I liked what he thought the results would be, and he gave us some ideas of what he was going to do. Talked to Julie about it, and she's ready to go for it. And I said, that's fine, I'll be very supportive, let's do it. And I'm just amazed by the results. The results are incredible. I think she is even more beautiful than when I first met her. She looks great. So we kind of came up with the idea that, well, I was having some ideas that maybe I should look at having something done, because I feel like my eyes kind of were getting droopy, kind of old looking. I'm in my upper 40s, but I feel like I'm a lot younger than that. And I feel overall I appear younger except for my face, and mainly my eyes and the effect they give, the older effect they give on me. So I came in and talked to Dr. Mendelsohn about doing maybe an eye lift, or an upper or lower eye lift, and he explained to me some different ideas they had, and I felt after talking to him, I felt very comfortable about it, and I thought that it was probably something that was definitely worth doing. So looking at the results that Julie had, I'm really excited about it. I'm excited to go in there and get it done.
I like that the results were very natural, but then when you look at my photos, my before and after side by side, you can tell the huge dramatic difference. So many people said, you don't really need this done, why are you having it done? And then they see the before and afters and they're like, holy cow. So I was thrilled with the results. I encouraged Dan to have his eyes done because I had an upper bleph about 8 years ago, and my eyes still look great. I still have eyelids, I can still wear eyeshadow, and it only took about 15 minutes, I think, to do my eyes. It was over in a blink. And it was also very easy and painless, so I'm very supportive of him doing it because I want him to have the same results I did, and I know he said he feels like he looks tired all the time, and he is a pilot, so he wants to look youthful and refreshed, so I'm glad he's having it done. And I had to get myself at exactly the right angle in order to feel good about my photos. So I would see my photos on Facebook and I would feel like I had these Hillary Clinton jowls or Cowardly Lion jowls, and like my neck looked like it was droopy, and I hated that so much that I couldn't even stand to look at the pictures. And I'd either take them down or edit them with Photoshop. And now I don't do it anymore. I post photos right off my phone. I feel like I look good. I don't have wrinkles. I'm not drooping. So I don't worry about it anymore at all. I post selfies. Didn't used to do that. I'm just thrilled. I mean, I don't want to hide my photos on Facebook anymore. We just got back from vacation and I posted hundreds of photos. Even in my bathing suit with no makeup on, I feel like I look pretty good.
She does. No, I'm the one that's taking the photos off. Don't put that one up there about me.
I haven't told you, but I've been photoshopping under your eyes before.
Yeah, thanks. Appreciate that.
Trying to help you out, but you won't need to do that.
And I will tell you that watching how Julie went through it in her recovery, knowing that her procedure is more involved even than mine, the recovery was really very, very quick, especially after the first week for her. The improvement went up dramatically. After day 4 or 5, you had that little bit of swellingness, and then that started to go away, and then it was just minor for the next month or so. It was just little things here and there that you really didn't notice unless you knew she had the procedure. So I thought that was really good. Yeah, when I went through the procedure with Julie, on her, at her side and stuff, I watched, from day 1 when she first arrived the first time. I actually came in the pre-op meeting with you. The only one I missed, I think, was right when you get the sutures taken out. But I saw how well she was taken care of, and it was just incredible. From the very beginning, there were people here to answer all of her questions, to help her through every step, to explain what she can expect. I know that Julie had a lot of trust in Dr. Mendelsohn and his staff and what they were going to do, and I know she's really, really pleased with the results, like even more than she expected. She expected good things, and it's great things. So I'm expecting the same, and I'm sure it's going to be real breeze for me and quick, and everybody that's been here helping me so far has been incredible. So all my questions are answered. Dr. Mendelsohn called me last night to make sure I was all set for today, and I thought that was really great. And so I feel really at ease. I'm not really nervous about it, and I'm actually looking forward. I'm going to be planning to go back to work in the middle of next week, and actually Monday, but I won't be encountering many people until probably Wednesday is my first meetings and stuff. And by then, sure, I may have to wear sunglasses and stuff like that, I anticipate, but I'm not worried about it. So. But the things that were bothering me the most was my appearance, and particularly my eyes. I had a lot of, I guess you would call it hooding. I basically had no upper eyelid, and my lower eyelids were all puffy. I had a lot of puffiness. Didn't matter if I slept 12 hours, didn't matter if I slept 2 hours, it always was the same. It was usually a lot worse in the morning, but even throughout the day, I noticed it. And I felt like it made me appear a lot older than I felt like I was. I think the biggest concern I had about doing anything was the recovery process. Could I show myself in public? Would it create any long-term problems? Were there any complications or anything like that? But it got to the point, I would say it was probably over a 3-4 year period, where I noticed it progressively getting worse and worse and worse, and I noticed progressively, every morning I'd wake up progressively, my eyes would be even puffier, or my eyelid, I just couldn't even see my upper eyelid at a point. And I knew I needed to do something. And that's when I decided I would come and see Dr. Mendelsohn and see what he could do about it. One thing I did want to say there beforehand was there were a couple times when I was working, and I have to encounter a lot of different people when I work. It's not always the same group of people, and some people would say to me, "Oh, are you tired? You look a little tired," and that really started to make it something that was at the top of my mind all the time. How do I look? Do I look tired again today? And I knew it was my eyes that were creating that appearance. When I first came into the office, it was, I would say it was probably late spring, early summertime last year, so it was like June. Came into the office and we went over my concerns. Dr. Mendelsohn was very open and talked about everything. He gave me some different options. He told me what to expect. He mentioned that I could use some fillers. He mentioned surgery. I explained exactly what I wanted to look like, or what I thought I should have it look like when I'm done. And he was very good about explaining everything that was involved and what type of recovery I would expect. If I did go through the surgery, how that would proceed, what would happen when I went home, how many months it would be, how many days it would be before I would start seeing certain effects or certain results. And So that was all great. I would say it was probably, might have been, I scheduled it in August, so I came in before for my pre-op, and again, we went over everything. We went over the whole procedure, step one through the end, you know, what happens when I showed up, you know, what type of anesthesia would I be getting, how long the procedure would take, who needed to drive me home, how long I needed to be at home before I could start getting up and doing things, and when he could expect that I could go back to work, and that type of thing. So it was very thorough. I was very, very pleased with the way Dr. Mendelsohn approached everything and the way that he made me feel entirely comfortable with the procedure ahead of time. And this kind of goes back to what we talked about earlier, but because it was my eyes, I did have a lot of concerns because my eyes are kind of, like everybody, you need your eyes. You don't want anything to happen to your eyes. So I was a little bit apprehensive about the procedure because I just didn't, know what it was going to be like to have somebody with a knife close to your eyeballs and doing that kind of thing. So, but after we had the pre-op, after we had the meetings with Dr. Mendelsohn, after I talked to him, I felt very at ease about the procedure. I still was nervous, like most people would be, when I came in that morning. I came in on Thursday morning. I arrived here, went right into the operating room. He talked again about what he was going to do. They gave me a local anesthesia that kind of made me awake, but I was not feeling, felt a little bit loopy, I guess is the best way to word it, but I was awake. And it was a lot easier than I thought. It was shorter than I thought. The time that I was actually undergoing the procedure was a lot shorter than I thought, and I don't know why I was so afraid, because it went really, really smooth, and it was perfect. Everything went perfect. I think I was out of here by 11 maybe that morning, 11:30. My wife drove me home. I just laid in bed. I had bandages on my eyes, but it was really, the pain level was very tolerable. I thought I really didn't know what to expect pain-wise, but I think I didn't even take the high-powered painkillers. I just took maybe over-the-counter. I'm almost certain I just took over-the-counter Advil for the recovery phase, and that was on a Thursday. Friday morning, I came back, or Friday, it might have been midday, came back to have the gauze. I think they replaced the gauze, if I correctly. Didn't need any of that medication stuff, so.
Oh, right.
And just Tylenol was fine. In fact, I took it this morning, but I probably don't need it. I'm correct about that. And then I came in the following week, I think the following Tuesday, to have the stitches removed, the sutures removed. And I actually went to work that Monday. I did wear sunglasses, and there was a little bit of bruising on my face, not anything radical. I did warn the two people I work with, but I didn't have to. I knew that I had a light schedule that day. I didn't have to meet anybody else that I didn't really know that well, so I wasn't worried about it. And actually, they didn't really say it was that big a deal. So by Wednesday of that week, I went in on a Thursday. So by the following Wednesday, when I wore sunglasses, you wouldn't. If I didn't have the sunglasses, when I wore the sunglasses, you didn't know that I had anything done. So it was really a very quick recovery, I think, in terms of what was happening. In terms of the amount of procedure that I had, or the type of procedure I had done, I thought the recovery was very fast, quick. I will say that as soon as the suture removed, and I probably after the first week, I noticed right away that I had better vision, better field of vision. I didn't realize how much I was missing in terms of my peripheral vision, my upper vision, like things that I can just see. Everything seemed brighter and bigger. I didn't think I would notice that big of a response, or that big of an effect. But obviously I had some hooding, some upper eyelid that was really covering a lot of my field of vision. And so I think I noticed that right away. And then as the swelling went down in my eyelids, I noticed, first I had an upper eyelid, which I was amazed that I look now at video that was taken and pictures that were taken a month before I had my surgery to what I look like today, and it's crazy. Incredible. But the other thing that I really, really liked about the procedure is that people that I encounter at work, whatever, nobody knows that I had my eyes done. If I didn't tell them that I had even the people that I work closely with didn't really know I had a procedure done. They knew I had something done, but they really didn't know what it was. And now they wouldn't even, know that I had any type of surgery done. So the look is very natural, and that's what I like about it. I don't look like I have skeleton eyes. I don't look like my eyes are buggy. Everything looks very natural, and that's what I like about it. Before, where I was getting comments about you look tired, now I get, well, you're turning 50 this year. You know, people are like, there's no way you're 50. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to be 50, you know, in a few months. So, you know, it's great. I'm really happy about that. And I think I feel refreshed. When I look in the mirror in the morning and at night, I feel like I had a good night's sleep. Even if I didn't have a good night's sleep, I still look great, and I'm very happy about that. When I encounter people at work, that I'm flying around in the airplane, or that, you know, I'm talking to one-on-one, I feel like they think I look, you know, well rested, ready to go, you know, ready to take charge and do what I need to do. So I'm very happy about how that all turned out. My wife Julie has really been impressed and noticed a big difference in my appearance. She comments on it all the time, and you know, as a guy, I don't feel like I'm that vain. I really don't care that much, other than that I was concerned about how my appearance made me look tired. But now that I go back and look at pictures and selfies that I took beforehand and the pictures I took today, it's amazing, incredible. I'm like, oh, get rid of those. I don't even want to see those. So I'm much more confident when we take pictures. We have people take pictures of us, or when we take selfies. I mean, I'm not worried about my eyes, or if I'm going to look tired, if they're going to be baggy. You know, I'm really happy with how it all turned out. There's other people, friends of ours and family, that most of them don't know that I've had an eye procedure, but they still say to me all the time, "Wow, you look great. You know, what are you doing? You know, you look great." So I know that's because I had the procedure done. So I couldn't be more pleased with the way it turned out. One of the things that I would say is that if you were going to have this procedure done, that I would definitely go with Advanced Cosmetic Surgery and Laser Center and Dr. Mendelsohn. I felt entirely comfortable throughout the whole procedure. I had my apprehensions, like most people would, about having your eyes operated on, and about having the recovery phase and the sutures and the swelling and all of that. But the staff here and Dr. Mendelsohn were professional through everything. Everything they did was very professional. They were very informative. They called me at home after the procedure and before the procedure to make sure that everything was going okay, that I was okay with everything. You know, the level of care was incredible, and I am very thankful for everything they did. And I would definitely say, if you're going to have this done, that you need to go and have it done with Dr. Mendelsohn.